friends, welcome to Llama Mama Kayla's Art Tube. Thank you for stopping by and visiting with me today. I'm Kayla, and I'm so glad that you're here, and I'm happy that I'm able to be here with you also. And I don't know how you got to my channel, but I am so excited to be here with you. And so today I'm talking about art journaling. I am going to start a new art journal, and I just want to share the whole experience with you guys. And if any of you want to join in, that would be awesome. But don't feel like you have to. You can still just carry on with a different craft, such as crocheting or yarning or diamond painting or your housework, your laundry, your dishes, just whatever you have going on. You don't have to do art to be here. You just have to be a friend, and I do consider you a friend. So, yeah, I have done art journals pretty much all my life that I can remember. As far back as I can remember, I've always done some kind of art journal. I've always been drawn to art and just creating, and so that is my personality, very much so. And so I have done it several different ways in the past, okay? There's no right way or wrong way. There's no right book or wrong book. There's no perfect book. The perfect book is the book that you can afford, okay? If you have $1, go to Dollar Tree. Well, you're going to need a little more than $1. You're going to need about $1.50, depending on your taxes and stuff. Their books are $1.25. So you can get a book there for $1.25. You can get like a composition book of some sort. And some of them do have decorated fronts. Some of them just might be a black and white speckle composition book. Some of them might be red and white or blue and white or whatever. You can always decorate the front if you want to with stickers or whatever. So you can use just a composition book. Yes, the pages are thin, and I've used these books lots of times for art journals. I have filled up so many of these books. I wish I had them to share with you guys, but I've, lost a lot of my artwork and stuff in 2016 in a flood. So, but I have used these books a lot. What I do is when I use them is I put a piece of wax paper here that hangs off the edges. You want a piece of wax paper bigger than your book, and you just slip it in, and then you use your page. If you're going to do a 2-page spread, you want to put a piece of wax paper over here on this side. So you have wax paper all around, and then you just use your 2-page spread. Now, this is thin paper, so if you were going to use like acrylic paint or watercolor, something like that, you would just need to do it in light layers and let it dry completely so you don't just saturate your paper and tear it up. But you totally can use a book like this. You just have to be careful with the page being wet. Now, you may not even plan to use watercolors or paint, acrylic paint, and that's fine. That would probably be perfect for you. This paper does have lines on it. Sometimes I've used lines. Sometimes I take white paint and just messy go over it with a little light layer of acrylic paint just to get rid of some lines, but then leave lines around it or something. It's whatever you want to do. It's your book. I'm just saying this will work if that's what you have. If you have that on hand, you can use that. If you have $1.50, you can get one of these at Dollar Tree. You can also get just a little spiral bound one subject notebook at Dollar Tree. I'm pretty sure this one come from Dollar Tree years ago. And I do have a little bit wrote on the front page or two. But, it might have came from somewhere else. Now that I look at it, it might have came from Walmart. Probably so. But at Dollar Tree, they do have spiral bound one subject notebooks. Sometimes the fronts decorated, sometimes it's not. Walmart also has these for $1. I saw them today. Okay, same thing. This is lined paper. It's not real thick, but you can still use it. Don't forget your wax paper. And in my case, I know my book is going to get thicker and thicker the more I use it. And so I do kind of like a spiral bound book. Any of my art journals that I've done in the past, they soon grow to be about that thick, and I have to get a big rubber band to go around it to hold it closed. That's just the way it is. That's part of it. I did see those big rubber bands like that at Dollar Tree today. So they do make big rubber bands that you just put on, and it comes all the way around the book, because like I said, in the past times that I've used these books, they end up being about this thick, and they're just, without the rubber band, they're just like this. The book is set about like that, and the pages are just big. And so I would need a rubber band to close them. So you can definitely use something like this. If you have a little more than $1.50 that you want to spend on an art journal, now you may have a notebook already at your house, so don't go buy anything if you already have something. Okay, so at Five Below, I found this sketchbook. It is spiral bound, so this has room to grow. And same thing, a rubber band can be put around the end here. I did get one that opened this way. They do have them where, you know, like a book, it opens this way. They had so many different ones. Now, this paper is not watercolor paper, but it seems to be about a medium weight paper. It's not watercolor. It's not mixed media, but it will do. It will do for me. I can put a piece of wax paper behind it, and then I can either do, you know, my artwork this way, portrait, or I can turn it and do it landscape. I could also do a 2-page spread, just putting wax paper behind this side and over here behind this side. Now, this book was $5. I did like the cover, and I liked the way it opened, and so I picked this book up at Five Below for $5 plus tax. So if you have $5, you can go to Five Below. They had all kinds of sketchbooks, mixed media, marker, just sketch, just watercolor. They had all kinds of like pads, spiral bound pads. So if you have $5, Five Below is the place to go. You're gonna need tax. I do have a video coming out on Five Below Sunday. I think Sunday will be Five Below's. Okay. I also got this sketchpad sketchbook, art book, art journal, whatever you want to call it, at Five Below. Now, I just got this one because I couldn't leave it. That's too cute. I just love that. I love that he has a disco head. It's just cute. And this one does have a rubber band to go around the side. It is spiral bound on the side, so the book opens portrait. This book can open portrait or landscape. Now, this paper does seem a little bit thicker. Let me compare this. They had other covers. Let me make sure that is one, because that feels pretty thick. Okay. They did have other covers like this guy. I think they had a pink with some maybe some kind of animals on it. I think they had a butterfly one. But I liked him. You know, I like weird stuff. Okay. This paper is much thicker. This is thinner paper. This over here is thicker paper. I do like that that is thicker paper. But I also like this book. Okay, so this would be, better for mixed media. And let me just say, I think this is watercolor. If I'm not mistaken, it did come with a watercolor palette attached to the front. A little cheap one, cheap watercolor. That I'll probably end up giving the kids to do some artwork with, to play around with. But, yeah, it had on the spine here, it had some plastic attached with a little watercolor palette that probably doesn't work too well, but the kids can play around with it and practice. So this paper is thicker than this paper. This is more of a sketchbook quality paper. Might be a little bit thicker than sketchbook, but it can work. You can make it work. And I don't know which one of these I'm going to use. I'm kind of torn. Okay, so this, if you have more money, you can go to Dollar Tree. Not Dollar Tree, I'm sorry. If you have more money than $5, you can go to Target. They did have some for $5, really. They had some for $8 and $10 and on up. So you can get some sketchbook. This was in the art department. Sketchbook type books. And, just fill the paper and figure out which paper you like. Walmart had sketch pads, sketchbooks of all different sorts and all different prices. And I will be showing those in a video coming up. Okay, this book I got at Michael's a couple weeks ago when they had a 30% off coupon for in-store. They do have one right now today as of this video, but it's online only. They have a 30% off for online. And so, unless you get enough up that you're not paying shipping, your best bet would do to do it online and then pick it up curbside. But that's just my thoughts. Okay, so this is a mixed media book, spiral bound. This is, really a thicker paper. Let me see if I can get one sheet up. This really compares with the Disco Head Go Boy. This paper does. This is mixed media, so you can watercolor on it. You can acrylic paint on it, use markers. I still would put wax paper behind the sheet that I'm working on, just to protect this page and spillage, because if you paint all the way to the edge or something, or even use marker, you might end up getting it all on your other pages. So this is also good to use. I'm not using this one because it's perforated, and I know from experience that as much as I'm going to be using this art journal, like I might even be using it daily. Okay, so it is going to get used a lot, and these pages will eventually, the perforated might start coming out, and so I don't want that to happen. So I'm going to use this book in other ways. I'm going to use it for art projects and stuff, and not my art journal. So going back to these two books, I'm just trying to pick which one I'm going to use. Now, Michael's does have a lot of different sketch pads, sketchbooks, all different prices. I don't remember the price of that one. I just remember that I used a 30% off coupon on it, and it was an in-store one that particular day. Now, this one, is that perforated? It might be. Yeah, it is perforated. I was hoping that it wasn't, because it could create an issue later down the line, not in the first, few months, but later on it might. Let me check this one. I do like Disco Guy. Is that one perforated? I can't really tell. I don't think it is. Let me see if I can pull it up. Nope, it's not perforated. So I might use this for my art journal, actually. Although I really was planning on using this one. Let me see that again and see if it is perforated. I was going to do this video with the camera facing forward, facing me, but then I realized I couldn't hold these books up well enough to do that. The books are, too heavy for my hands to hold them up. Okay, that is perforated. I might use this one more as a sketchbook and just enjoy it that way, drawing things and such. And I think I'm going to use this one here as my art journal. Okay, so I'm saying art journal. In the past, I've called it prayer journals. I've called them lots of things. But I'm going to call it an art journal. Some days I may put a prayer in there, and some days it just might be art and journaling. Some days it just might be art. Some days it just might be journaling. Who knows? Okay, so the way I use an art journal is, I'll probably just do something decorative on this page to, to state that it's my book. I might put my information there and decorate the page or whatever. Who knows? So you can do a daily page, or you don't have to do it every day. You can do once a week or whatever, but I'm probably going to be using my book a lot because I have a lot of time. I have a lot to say. I need the therapy. Okay, this is my therapist right here. No, so you can just use 1 page per journal, or you can use a 2-page spread. It's just up to you. It's whatever you want to do. Now, in my art journal, I'm going to be using colored pencils, ink pens, markers, felt tip pens, which is kind of like markers. I'm going to be using watercolor markers, watercolor pencils, watercolor paint, acrylic paints, anything and everything. I'm going to be using gel pens, paint markers, paint pens. I'm going to be using all that kind of stuff in my book. Not every day, but it'll end up in this book. I'm going to be gluing things in this book. If I might use stickers in this book. I might have something that has a cute little tag on it. And, you cut the tag off, but I don't really want to throw it away. So I'm going to glue it in, I'll glue it in my book. So I'm just going to have all kinds of things like that. I might even use some photographs, some magazine photos, just whatever. You're not limited to anything. You put anything that you want to decorate your pages with. Also, you have the option of, if you want to journal in your book or write a prayer or something like that, you can come in and write your prayer or journal or just whatever you have to say. You can put it on your paper and then you can decorate around it. You know what else you can do? You can take a black crayon and scribble out what you wrote if you don't want anyone else to read it, and then do something else on that page. You can write it all out, everything you got to say, and then do art on top of it where, you can tell there's something written there, but nobody can really read it. You're the only one that knows what it says. I have done art like that lots of times where I just needed to get something out of my heart on the paper. I needed to get it off my chest, and I would write it out, and then I would paint over it and draw and paint over it. So that's an option too. That's very therapeutic, just to get out what's on your heart, what's bothering you, or, a prayer that you might not want anyone else to read, or a rant, or whatever, Art journals can be very therapeutic. They can be very good for that. therapeutic. There it goes. Okay. So, yeah, like I said, I might put stickers in here. I might glue ribbons. I might put washi tape. I might glue a receipt in there and write about it or something, you know, something that means something to me. Who knows? You never know what you're going to see me putting in my art book. Now, what supplies do you have to have for your art book? Well, you just need something to write with. That's the main thing. You need paper and you need something to write with. If that's all you have, that's all you have. If you just have a number 2 yellow pencil and some paper, that is fine. You can write down whatever you want to write and draw whatever you want to draw around it. You don't have to have expensive art tools. Now, sometimes you might see me review some art stuff, some more expensive art supplies and things like that. But remember, I'm a YouTube channel and I'm just going to be reviewing items so that subscribers can find out about if something is a good product or not before they buy it. So I will be reviewing some stuff, but that doesn't mean you have to have it. Okay? Definitely does not mean that you have to have it. But, like I said, you never know what I'm going to put in here. Some days I might just come in and decorate a 2-page spread with flowers, trees, animals, whatever I want to draw or paint. And then then after that dries, then I would come back in and write whatever I want to write. Some days I might write first and paint over it. We don't know. We don't know what's going to be on my heart from day to day. And like I said, this book, it will grow over time. And pretty soon it'll probably be about like this and won't close because I'm going to have so much stuff glued in here. I'll have stuff glued in here, and to glue stuff, I either use like glue sticks or tape or washi tape or just scotch tape, duct tape, just whatever is on hand. The weirder the better, okay? I'm not trying to create this nice, neat, little perfect art journal. Mine is going to be messy, crazy, all kinds of stuff in here, okay? Sundays, I might just write a quote really big on here, something that, you know, I might write, "It's a beautiful day to crochet," and draw yarn around it. Some days I might write, you know, something else, some kind of quote. Don't let what you can't do stop you from what you can do, right? That's one of my mottos. And so I might write that in here and draw my hands around it or something, you know? So your art journal is your art journal. You don't copy what anyone else is doing, but I am going to show you what I'm doing to give you ideas. And you might like, oh, I like that technique. I'm going to try that later this week, or, you know, or you might want to work along with me. Who knows? I don't care. You can put the exact same thing in your art journal that I put, or you can put something totally opposite. If I use a red crayon and you want to use a number 2 pencil, go for it. I'm just saying, it's yours. And like I was saying before, what supplies you need? You just need some paper and something to write with. If you have some ink pens laying around the house, there you go. You might just have a black ink pen. You might just have a blue ink pen. You might have a pack of colored pens. I just happen to have some pens right here beside me. I had a whole bunch of pens over here, and I had to get some more pens because I needed pens that were easier for me to use. I had some that I had to take the top off, or the tip of it off, and that was kind of working a little bit hard for me. And so I needed some that were easier. And I've had this little red pen right here for I don't know how many years this pen has been in my life. You can tell the ink is going down, but I've had this red pen for a long time. It's not the same as these. This is called Clip Click. And I did just buy some ink pens like this at Dollar Tree. But yeah, I've had this red ink pen here for years. In the next few days, today is Friday, Saturday, I have a Dollar Tree video. Sunday, I have a Five Below video. Monday, I have a Walmart video. Tuesday, I will have a Target video. We'll be looking at art supplies in each of the stores, the prices, just to give you an idea of what's out there. And, you know, prices of them, just so you can know, like, what supplies you might want that's affordable. Okay, so I know some of you guys are homebound and you're not getting out and going to stores, but somehow or another you're getting food in your house, right? So somebody's either bringing you food, delivering you food, or whatever. You're ordering food from somewhere. So you could add, you know, a pack of ink pens or a pack of markers to your grocery order, or a sketch pad or something like that to your grocery order, so that whoever's bringing your, you know, food to you could pick that up for you. So I'm just giving you some ideas of, you know, if you're not out and about and running around the stores, how you can get, you know, you can also order on Amazon. But the reason why I went into these stores to film is because I wanted to show you prices and what's available at, you know, cheaper. Dollar Tree is not on Amazon. Five Below is not on Amazon. Target and Walmart will have a lot of stuff that's on Amazon, but they'll also have some store brand stuff that, you know, you might not know is there. You can order online for Target and Walmart, but if you don't know the products there, how are you going to know to order it? So that's why I went in the store and made some videos. So anyway, guys, I hope that at least one or two of you want to follow along and create an art journal. I know some people have already said they do. But I think it's going to be really fun. It's going to be very therapeutic for me. It's going to be stress-free. Just have fun. Let your flag fly. Put anything down on paper that you want to put on it. Paint over it, color over it, just whatever you want to do. And that way it's, you know, for your eyes only. Unless you want to share it with people, you can make it private or whatever. Some days I might actually, you know, lay something over. If I have a prayer wrote out and I'm showing you my spread, I might lay something over that part just so you can't read what I wrote if it's something personal. But anyway, I do want to share my art journal journey with you guys, and I can't wait to get started. Now, like I said, this book here did come from Five Below. It's a thick paper. But I am going to still put wax paper behind each. You could use tinfoil, or a piece of cardboard. If you get like Amazon packages or something, you can cut a piece of cardboard and put behind it. Although your pencil cardboard might not be thick enough. It just depends. You be the judge of that. I guess you could put tinfoil or something, but I'm going to use wax paper. That's what I've always used. Yeah, it's going to be fun, and I can't wait to get started. So, like I said, I got these videos coming up showing you some art supplies, and I'll tell you what I bought at the stores, although I really didn't need to buy like a whole haul. I just saw a couple of things that I did pick up in each store, I think. But anyway, I hope you all have a wonderful evening, day, whatever that your time you're watching this. I hope the rest of your day is great. And I will see you all very soon. And hopefully I'll be working in this. I'll probably start working in this before all 4 of those videos are up and done, because I can't wait. I'm eager. I'm ready, okay? But I'll see you all soon, guys. Love you. And remember, it is a beautiful day to enjoy your life. Go for it.